What happened today that made a difference for you? And if you want to take it a step further, every evening, write down 2 or 3 things on a little journal. Now, I know the guys in the room, I experienced this. I'm not writing a journal, man. I can get enough of this, but no journal. That's okay. Just put it in your mind's eye then. Again, what happens when you do that, your world changes. Your world becomes a different place. You start to look at things differently. You start to see the possibility of what you might have been missing. You just feel better. And also to think about forgiving those that may have in fact done something to you that you're holding a grudge against. Grudges make you sick, no doubt about it, both physically and emotionally. A grudge will kill you. And so if anybody is sitting here kind of feeling like, oh man, what is he talking about? I gotta get even. I gotta work this out. It is a way for you to experience the worst of your life. I can show you cases, the worst cases in the world. People that should have never offered any kind of forgiveness, but did. And their life changed. So if you've got somebody in your life, typically if it's a parent or a friend or an old colleague, just take and write them a note. You don't even have to mail it. And forgive them. Forgive them. Your life will in fact be different. It makes a huge, huge difference if you send the note to the other person, but most importantly, it changes you. And then lastly, what I leave you with is the power of a dream. The power of a possibility. The power of passion. You see, we can in fact move mountains when we care about it. We can do great things with our lives when we're invested in where we're going. But you have to have a dream. I don't care even what it is. I would hope it has something to do with sustaining the planet. I'll tell you a story about this in a moment. Sustaining the planet, doing great things, but in the end, it's only you and your dream that will make a difference. Let me take a pause, I'll tell you what happened here. Yesterday, this is a really embarrassing story. Yesterday, I'm playing golf. As you know, I've acknowledged that that's not the best thing for me. So I hit this beautiful drive, but it just trickled off into a little pond. And typically I'm not very cheap, so I'd let that ball go, but it was setting right there at the edge. And I stepped out I had some sandals on, shorts. I stepped out in the water, I'm gonna pick up my ball, and it was like I was on ice. My feet went out from under me. I am now totally underwater. And guess what else was underwater? My phone. It's the first time it's rung, so it must be working again. I'm grateful for that. So it's good that I'm here. But coming back, find a dream. I'll never forget the night, and I had been with Walt long enough that we had become more than employer and employee. We'd become really good friends, although he tried to fire me every week. I never knew if I should show up or not show up. But I went to see him when he was dying. Died of lung cancer, he smoked. He's laying in his bed. And I'm there, I'm saying, Walt, man, I feel so bad. Is there anything I can do? And he said, shut up. I want you to listen to something. He says, look up here. And I'm looking and the ceiling's empty. He says, look up here. He says, can you see what the new castle's going to look like in Florida? This is going to be the greatest thing in the world, and we're going to do Epcot so that it changes the planet. And we're going to have all of these things coming together in this one place. And I was sitting there amazed. As sick as this man was, he was still building a dream. Each of us need a dream for our lives. I hope that dream for you means giving up greed, giving up the kind of non-important sorts of things that we can get involved in, and really, in fact, agreeing with yourself to make a contribution. To volunteer, to get involved, to work on the planet and sustain it through your efforts. And that's the way, I think, we're going to move to a new space, a new place, a new opportunity. One where we can guarantee a future for our kids and our grandchildren and their children. But it's only through your efforts that this will happen. We can have the best buildings in the world. I applaud what you've done here. We can have the best programs, the best policies, the best laws, and we live in the best country for this. But unless